Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic evening so far. This is Coach Sonic Jones here for our Sunday night leadership call. We're going to get started with that in a second, but before we do, let's just take a really quick trip to the Coach's Corner with the People's Coach, Coach Sonic. Let's see, what can we talk about today? Let me give you one or two tips. Tip number one. People are not going to always like you, right? They don't always like me. However, when it comes to business, I want you guys to always remain authentic, okay? Always be authentic to your audience. But here's the deal. Be authentic, be real, but be personable, and be knowledgeable. See, people like doing business with people that are just like them. And they like doing business with people that they know, like, and trust. So be yourself. Be sure to let your personality shine through when you're talking to people, engaging with people, meeting new people, and different things like that. And you will watch your business grow. All right. That's tip number one. Let's see. Tip number two, be sure to always provide value. All right. You want to start to focus on providing value for your customers, for your prospects, as this is going to help you build that trust, and it's going to help you to establish yourself as an authority in your particular niche. Now, whether that's dealing with our wonderful products or whether that's dealing with business, providing value will get you the necessary steps to build that relationship, build that rapport, and build your business. All right. So 2 tips from the coach, the People's Coach today, and we're going to get started with our leadership call. Now, I'm not going to do that call, but I do have the good fortune of being able to introduce a gentleman who, over the years, man, I've gained a lot of respect for. I watch him do some amazing things in this industry. He has literally helped thousands of people all across this world do amazing things in their life and in their business. I'm honored to be able to be coached by him myself. And I'm actually excited to have him on this call for you this evening. He's going to take his time out and share some tips, some wisdom, and everything on building your business as well. Over a decade of industry experience, millions of dollars made in this industry, and he's helped so many people do that as well. I'm excited to have the one and only Coach Will Zanders on the call. Are you here, sir?
I am here loud and clear. Can you hear me okay, sir?
Coming through loud and clear, and I love it. How are you this evening, sir?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Anytime I get to spend some time with our Green Organics family, man, it lifts my spirits. And it's always a honor. I don't look at it as anything other than that to be able to share wisdom with the family, man, and keep it going. That's what we do.
Agreed. Agreed, man. Well, here's the deal. Call is yours, my friend. Let's take it over.
Thank you, sir, and I appreciate those as well. I'm gonna make one quick Vegas announcement for the folks, and all this information will be in the group as well that Coach Sonic Jones has been so kind to put together for us in the Vegas group. If you are not already in the Las Vegas Facebook group for online attendees or not, or live attendees, please make sure that you've already verified your payment and that you are in that group because the information is going to be amazing. Um, Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be running it back at Area 51. Okay, on Friday night, that's going to be from 8 to 10. I'll be there a little bit early, obviously closer to 7, but we'll be there for the meet and greet. So if you've never had a chance to meet any of these absolutely fantastic people that we get a chance to work with in person, it's a great time to meet. Area 51 has several different restaurants. It's free to get in and just hang out. But if you do want to eat, there's food there, arcades there, absolutely incredible grocery store. How many people went to the grocery store in Area 51? So no other grocery store like it in the world. That's going to be there as well. They got the zip lines, everything. They got the virtual golf. There's even axe throwing now in Area 51 for all the people asking who want to do the axe throwing. Yes, axe throwing is in the building. I've been to that venue once before. I do. If you do plan on throwing axes in Las Vegas, the tournament that we're doing is going to be Sunday. That's going to be Sunday afternoon at Dueling Axes. But here's the thing: if you're throwing in the axe tournament on Sunday and you plan on bringing your own axe, I know several of you have been throwing axes since Dallas. If you're going to bring your own axe, you need to message me and let me know beforehand because I have to clear it. So, I mean, for Area 51. So when you go into Area 51, there's going to be metal detectors and stuff like that. You can't bring anything in there, obviously. I have to let the security know a week in advance who's going to be bringing their own axes, and the venue is going to green light it. So you'll be able to bring your axes in the Area 51 on Sunday for the tournament. Just a quick FYI, but there is so much more to do. There's art exhibits in Area 51. There's everything you could possibly want to do in Las Vegas other than the Las Vegas Strip. That's going to be Saturday night. So the event is going to be from 9 to 5 on Saturday. So meet and greet is Friday night. The event is from 9 to 5 at the Orleans. Okay, so we are doing it at a hotel, which is amazing. And aliens, no, not that Area 51 Eve. That one's in New Mexico. That's in Roswell. But no, but Area 50, I don't know why they call it that, but it's amazing for the people who've gone. It's one of my favorite things to do in Vegas for sure. And then Saturday's the event from 9 to 5. After 5 o'clock, everybody dips out and everybody's on the Las Vegas Strip. So no matter either the old Las Vegas Strip or the new Las Vegas Strip, we are on all of it. We doing everything Saturday night, which is amazing. There's a certain group of people I'll be taking to dinner at my favorite restaurant in the Venetian on what is it called? Underground? It's called a Millionaire Mile or something like the road Miracle Mile, a Millionaire Mile, whatever that is. But some people, you already know who you are. I'll be taking to dinner. At my favorite restaurant in Vegas. That'll be really a fun time for everybody too. We'll be doing some other things. Then on Sunday, we do have the Axe tournament. Where we also have some other things scheduled on Sunday as well, and we'll have more information as we finalize those details. But it's going to be an absolute blast. So if you're not going to be in Vegas in person because it's already sold out, I'll have an announcement about online tickets at the end of the call. So that's that. Am I going to be doing a tutorial? There are coaches there, Rick, who'll be doing axe throwing tutorials. The coaches there at the venue are really good at the basics of it and everything, so they'll get you squared away. For anybody who happens to be in the Gulf Coast, Rick, you and others, if you happen to be in the Pensacola area, let me know. Let me know, and I'm throwing axes pretty regularly. We got a major coming up and some other stuff that I'm thinking about going to. Just got to talk to the team, see what everybody's doing. All right, well, let's move on to something even more important than that. And that is going to be some quick recognition before we dive into story time and the leadership training for the night. So as you know, we just wrapped up last week the first Super Bowl ever, fantasy football MLM league ever, which has never been done, which was amazing. And I just want to read off some of the results, some of the new income levels that these individuals have hit. So bear with me. This is a pretty lengthy list. And just know, ladies and gentlemen, that 100 people started with us. We always do our accountability groups. We cap it at the first 100 who want to do it. The accountability group was 90 days long, give or take a few days. And out of the 100 people who started, about 60, give or take, actually ended up finishing. Other people were getting shot down and chopped down and quitting and falling off and couldn't maintain. But out of those 60 people, everybody had very, very positive feedback. And I think it was like 90% of people made income, additional money. But let me talk about just some of the income breaks. So the people who achieved the $500 level this month, that was very, very exciting as we wrapped it up. I want to congratulate Sharon Wisdom, L.A. Balfour. I want to congratulate Allison Rao out of Vermont. Greta Wagner as well, came from up from Pittsburgh. Greta. Gina Wilson. Congratulations to Gina. Travis Dubois, West Coast. I think Travis is out of Oregon. And my fellow Floridian, Walter Brady. So I want to congratulate you guys for putting that work in and achieving that $500 mark. And some of y'all are a little bit past that, but until you hit the $1,000 mark, we don't do another official announcement. But congratulations, we all had to start there. The most important money you ever make in network marketing is going to be your first sale, the first sale you ever get, the first sign up you ever get. The second is going to be your first $300. And the third most important rank, even more important than making $1 million, is going to be the first $500 you make in commissions. And these folks were doing it in literally record time, less than 90 days. And that was very special for them. So congratulations. Next up, we had some individuals who really went to another level. And these individuals hit the $1,000 level. And this is going to be in profit. This is not going to be just commissions. It doesn't matter if you're making $200,000 if you're spending $200,000 on products, now does it? So this is going to be verified profit levels, okay? The $1,000 individuals for this particular event was Susan Johnston. Want to congratulate Susan Johnston. Derek Jamat, Derek with a Y, out of Atlanta, my guy, man. Always good to see Derek doing well. I know his sponsor is very happy. For those of y'all who don't know his sponsor, I'll talk about them shortly. Anthony Stone came in clutch with the $1,000 in commissions, man. Anthony and Tina have really been moving and shaking. And last but not least, Miss Kanasha Howard. I had a chance to meet that young lady in Vermont. She is absolutely fabulous. Is in this business for all the right reasons, and she hit. I think she's on Tommy's team. She did great. She did actually fantastic. Over $1,000 in commissions for Kanasha in a very short amount of time. So congratulations to you as well. Next up, we have our $2,500 award. What is the people who made over $2,500 at or over $2,500 in profit over the course of this event, finishing up in like a week ago. And this is Derek's sponsor, Lynette Jamat. Congratulations to Lynette. I love to see when the husband sponsors a wife or the wife sponsors a husband. Man, that is always fun to see because all of that money and coaching bonuses and matching bonuses, that's going back into the Jamat household. And I love that. So congratulations to Lynette. Also, Stephanie Warren Jenkins. I don't know if Stephanie Warren, I'm pretty sure she's on the call, Stephanie Warren. And if you're on the call, let the folks know, man. If you're on the call, do me a favor. And I announced your name. If you're on the call, put in the chat, just real short, one thing you learned over the course of the 90 days. Just one thing you might have learned over the course of the 90 days, whatever it is. But Stephanie Warren Jenkins with the big $2,500. And also Richard Fritzler. Okay, Richard's over $2,500 in commissions as well. Richard was absolutely phenomenal. If you've never met Richard Fritzler at an event, man, Richard Fritzler is a whole vibe. I love Richard Fritzler so much. He's so cool. So congratulations to our $2,500 winners. Next up, we got our $5,000 recipients, people who went over at or over $5,000 in commissions, and they just closed it out last week. Marshalene Brown. All right, Miss Marshalene Brown. I had her on the $1,000 mark. She messaged me on Facebook. She was like, "Will, here's my screenshots. I was over 5,000. What you talking about?" I was like, "My bad. Let me get my act together." And if I missed anybody, please message me on Facebook so we can give you the proper recognition that you deserve. We'll also be posting your banners and everything that we had made. We'll be posting those on Facebook as the week keeps going. Missy, did I miss you? Did you not message me? Let me see. Missy McCall? Oh, my good. Okay, well, let me give a shout out to Missy as well. Sorry about that. I don't know how I missed. Maybe I didn't see your message, but I'm sorry about that. I figured you, yeah, for sure. Missy did amazing. Yeah, I apologize. I'll take my L. I don't know where I get a bunch of messages. I must have missed it, and I apologize for that. Missy McCollum as well. She is in the $2,500 mark. I think she's past that, right at about the 5. So she's rolling. I'm sorry. So congratulations to Missy. Sorry about that. And now 5,000. We got Marshalene Brown. Cornelia Brown. I think Cornelia Brown is out of Georgia, perhaps. Congratulations to Miss Cornelia Brown. She was over $5,000. Lori McDonald, over $5,000 in commissions. We cutting up today. Katrina King, over $5,000 in commissions. And last but certainly not least, my sister from another mister, Kenya Wooden, over 5 bands. I know Corey was happy. Dinner's on you. Kenya, I know her husband Corey was happy, but shout out to Kenya Wooden, Katrina, Marshalene, Cornelia, and Lori with over $5,000 in cold hard cash profit. We love to see it. Moving on to the 10, and again, the folks who hit the 5,000, some of them are at 8 or 9,000. They just haven't hit the 10,000 yet. And we have, demarcation where we make the announcement at, because if not, we'd be announcing people all month long, every single day. So we want to hit a mark, and then they set their next goal. Our $10,000 earners. Now we're getting into the 5 figures. We generated some cash. Now these young ladies went off. Fellas, I don't know where y'all were at for this one, but congratulations to Diamond Elizabeth Harper, one of our Diamond ambassadors. Absolutely did incredible. Just an amazing job as a co-captain for the last 90 days, and seeing her go over $10,000 in commissions was much deserved and fantastic to see. And then, of course, this young lady, if you didn't know her before this 90 days, you know her now, a young lady by the name of Tiara Moore, out of Georgia. Tiara, over $10,000 in commissions. We had a chance to meet her at the event that we had in Atlanta. She's an absolutely phenomenal young lady. And I think if she stays on the track that she's on, Tiara's gonna go. Yeah, she took drop cards to a whole nother level. Tiara's gonna be one of the industry's all time greats. If she stays with it and it's something she decides she want to keep doing, Tiara can be one of the best to ever do it. I truly believe that. Next up, this gentleman. I think he's at work right now. He works nights, but it's okay. Mr. Isaac Williams. Mr. Isaac Williams was in working hard, even though he got reaped out the challenge because working at night, he couldn't submit the assignment, but he kept doing the work, even though he wasn't getting the recognition for it. This dude, straight up G, Isaac, over $20,000 in commissions, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Isaac. If y'all know him, show him some love on Facebook. He's at work right now, I'm pretty sure. Works nice, but at the same time, congratulations to him, man. Over the last 90 days, absolutely went off with Green Organics, HB, and Gotesana with $20,000 in commissions. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but you can definitely do some positive damage in the financial department, getting out of debt, paying off bills, paying off a car. If all that's done, you can take 20 grand and let it generate interest. And if anything ever happens, that can probably sustain most people for several months. Okay, so congratulations to Isaac making all the right moves. This next gentleman, Ed Spears III. Okay, Ed Spears III on Facebook. He's known as Ed Banks. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy hit over $25,000 in commissions. He was actually one of the top coaches in his division with the Marketing Mavericks. 25,000, and Ed has not been here. I'm gonna just tell you, I have conversations with Ed regularly. He is just, I don't think he's on the call. I don't know where Ed's at right now. Probably working, honestly. You don't make $25,000 without putting the work in. And he's been putting the work in. And one of the things I love is that he's really just scratching the surface of how good he can actually be in this industry. He's been around the industry, been in the industry for a long time, but he is just scratching the surface of the greatness. I think if he decides to continue to do it at the level he's doing it, similar to Tiara and several others we've mentioned, he can go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. I believe that he whenever he makes a mistake, he owns it and leads from the front. Leads from the front. Love to see that guy winning. This next one, this young lady again went off. She went off. She really shined. If you're really in the edge sponsor, Joetta, you got a good one. You need to just lock arms with that guy and be coachable. You're gonna do fine. This young lady, if you've been in the company on a lot of the product trainings, you've heard her name because she built such an amazing organization. But this last 90 days, we got to really see some sides of her that I was not aware of, that she really took her professionalism as a network marketer to another level. Chelsea Halamudis, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Chelsea Halamudis. I've talked with Chelsea a bunch on the phone. I've never met Chelsea in person. You haven't made it to an event. You haven't met Chelsea in person. She was coming from, I think, New Hampshire, or she was actually coming to the Vermont training that Elizabeth and them put on, but she fell ill and didn't want to get anybody else with the sneezes and whatever else was going on. But this young lady went over $40,000. I just want to put that in perspective. That is better than most jobs people can get, and that's $40,000 that she made working part-time from home from the comfort of her own phone. And this is something I can tell you about Chelsea. She's a consummate professional. She's a student of the industry. She knows her stuff. I mean, she knows her stuff. And when you look at the people who've made the $40,000 and more, especially in a relatively short time frame, those individuals are not just working hard. Those individuals are putting the work in when you don't see them. Not just on the calls, not just at the events. In their spare time, they are learning and becoming network marketing professionals. She's definitely going to be a six-figure earner in 2025. I really believe that 100% was amazing. Also, Seymour Greenridge Blake, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, again, just a phenomenal leader. And I don't use that term for everybody. Seymour I think he just cracked $70,000 in commissions, probably a little bit more than that. But that was amazing. No surprise, though, because this is Seymour Greenridge Blake, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best, one of the hardest posting dudes in social media. Seymour, the thing that he does better, I think, than any other coach that I've ever worked with, any other leader, that I've ever worked with. His recognition game is amazing. I actually learned a lot about doing recognition by learning and having a chance to work with Seymour. He's just an incredible human being. And if you've never met him in person, be in Vegas. He's a phenomenal guy. He's a phenomenal guy. Boy, he got some stories for you. He got some stories for you, man. That's all I'm gonna say. He tells great stories that are amazing. And last but not least, just on this list, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my favorite leaders, one of my favorite people that I've ever had a chance to work with in over a decade of doing network marketing. And it's going to be retired First Sergeant Charlotte Whitaker, over $75,000 in commissions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell you, if you've never met Charlotte Whitaker, coming to an event just to meet her is worth it. I can't really explain the energy and the work ethic that she brings to the table every single day. And a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about tonight, from a leadership standpoint, that's going to be my personal experience with leaders of the caliber of an Ed Spears, of an Elizabeth Harper, Seymour Greenwich, Charlotte Whitaker, and some others that I've mentioned. But Miss Charlotte is a legend. I'm not going to say she can be one of the best to ever do it. To me, she's already one of the best to ever do it. And I'm gonna just tell you this: a leader of Charlotte Whitaker's caliber. Let me just be frank. One Charlotte Whitaker is worth at least 1,000 distributors. And somebody said, "Will, you can have 1,000 frontline distributors or one Charlotte Whitaker leader." I'm taking Charlotte Whitaker, and it's not even I don't even have to think about it. She is that quality of human being. She's amazing in her leadership. I think some of it's just her personality, but others is going to be from how big she is in her family. Others are going to come from her time in the military, serving our country. Her leadership is simply at another level. And until you meet her, you'll never really know what it's like. And then you see Kenya and you go, okay, I get it. I see why Kenya's the way she could. Miss Charlotte's amazing, man. So that's that. So that's the recognition I wanted to do. That's actually the most important part of the call, to be quite frank, and I cannot wait. I don't know if we're ever going to do another accountability group. I get asked about it all the time. If we do, it will not be until 2025, possibly 2026. I'm going to just shoot it straight, because anybody who did it, they can tell you how draining it was. You don't just pop up and make 40 bands, okay? That takes a lot of work. You don't even just pop up and make 10. It's work, man. And it's part-time work. But once you get the habits down, it becomes easy. But most people don't stick with it long enough to make it a habit. Okay, so if I do another accountability group, it'll be within the 2025, possibly 2026. When we hear about it, jump on it quick, because they always fill up and you never know if it's the last one, to be honest with you. Okay, so let me tell you just a few short stories, because to kind of tie this into the leadership training for tonight. And then once we finish story time, I'm going to hop off camera so I can focus on these notes, so I get us out of here on time. Okay. Now, I'm going to a quick story, and we talked on two calls ago, about the power of telling a story. Okay, so we're not going to go back over that. The recordings are free now, so if you can't get the recording and listen to it, about how important it is to learn how to tell stories and integrate stories into your presentations, then in your coaching and teaching, then that's going to be an issue. So we'll start here. I was doing a Zoom call similar to this one, maybe last year, and there was a gentleman who joined. And he reached out to me on Facebook or YouTube, email or something. And I sponsored him, and he, we had a meeting, and he made his first $300 a month, so picked his $300 I ever made. We did a Zoom call for his team, little 5 or 6 guys, and they joined. And I'm gonna tell you, he was really doing well. And then I got a call. He said, "Hey, can you give me a call? You got a minute?" I said, "Sure." Kids United calls me, get on the phone. I personally sponsored him, so I'm trying to take the call. And I get on the call, and he says, "Well, man, I just got one suggestion." Now, whenever somebody who's made, $500, $300 is going to tell you, as a leader, a coach who's made millions or hundreds of thousands, if they're going to tell you they have a suggestion, I'm going to just tell you, from my personal experience, you already know it's going to be something weird. You already know it's probably a call you shouldn't have took, right? This guy, I'm not going to say his name or anything. He says, "Will, listen, man, I got to tell you, I think that your coaching, your training you're doing, the Zoom trainings, I think they'd be a lot more effective if you didn't wear certain things." And at this point, I wasn't going to go off. It was strange. But I said, let me just hear what he's saying, because I'm tickled at this point, right? I'm tickled. And the shirt I had on, I remember like it was yesterday. It's like a basketball shirt, like some NBA player. I love basketball. You know what I'm saying? NBA player. And he was like, "Man, I think the shirt you had on tonight. I kid you not. This is how I went. The shirt you had on tonight. It was just a distraction because that guy's face was on it. And I couldn't really focus on what you were saying because I kept looking at the guy's face. Well, that already paused. That sounds weird, bro. If you looking at a man face on a t-shirt and that's what's drawing your attention, you already strange to me. But at the same time, I was like, man, you know what? Thank you so much for that great advice, man. I will definitely take that under prayerful consideration. And thanks for the call. Anything else I can help you with? He's like, no, man, that's it. I just wanted to, give you that suggestion. I think it'll help bring some more value, to how you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, thank you for that. Thank you. Now, because this gentleman's older than me, I treated him with a certain amount of respect. I said, all right, man, thank you so much. I ain't thinking no more about it. But here's the question, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think I ever answered another call I ever got from him ever in life? Ever? Ever? Answer is no. I didn't. Not even one. Want me ringing? Nah, absolutely not. Okay. And as a leader, as a coach, this is the great thing about this business. You have the ability to determine who you work with and who not. Now, here's how the story ends. Okay. That's the funny thing. So he said, where is he now? One, he went to another, I think he's been to like 2 other companies, maybe 3 since then. So it's been at least 2 other companies since then. Okay. Definitely quit HBM for sure, but he didn't quit because of that phone call. The phone call went great on his side. He thought he was really doing something positive, which is great. He probably still thinks that. But here's the thing. When someone calls or someone lets you know something real superficial, hey, I think they weren't focused on the information that we're giving. And if you're not focused on the information, you're not reading the books, you're not, taking advantage of what we're doing. You didn't come to I never seen you at a boot camp. I already knew he was already in 80% or land and he was going to be out the door. Like I already knew that from just experience. So whenever somebody's trying to check you about something you're doing and you actually have the results that they want, even if you're just a little bit past them, that's already 80% of behavior out the gate. Save yourself the time, money, energy, effort. You probably don't need to work with that person. Will you lose that person? You're going to lose them anyway. You may as well just feel good about it. Okay. That's how that's going to go. All right. Second quick story I'll tell you. This is actually farther back. This is when I used to do calls. So there was a time period in my career where I did an opportunity call. Okay. This is before Zoom was even a thing, before people were building on social media. Okay. Glad I helped you, Miriam. Glad I helped you. Miriam just said I helped you out. Yeah, it's leadership stuff, right? And so this young lady, I won't say her name either, but this is probably not I first joined. Now, whenever I join a company, if there's no current opportunity calls going on, like right now, we got Detox Divas, we got Coach Marcus, we have several others coaches that are doing opportunity calls, videos everywhere. Didn't used to be none of that, by the way. There used to be none of that. And I did an opportunity call every night on the phone for 90 days straight. And whenever I join a company, I'm going to do an opportunity call 90 days straight. Every night for 90 days, I'm going to do a training call. I mean, a business opportunity call. And back then we used to use freeconferencecall.com. How many people remember freeconferencecall.com? We used to have to dial in and have a PIN code and you hit star such and such and such and you can listen in. So I would do a call no matter where I was in the world for 90 days in a row. I walked out of concerts in New Orleans at the Sanger up 755. I would leave the concert, walk out to the street, Canal Street, New Orleans. I would do the call and go back in. It's a playoff game. I'm at the playoff game for, I think it might have been the Grizzlies back then. Excuse me, it might have been the Utah Jazz, wherever I was at. Whatever it was, I would leave, do the call, and go back into doing whatever I was doing. I don't care if it was family, friends, date, church, anything. I'm walking out at 8 o'clock. I'm doing the opportunity call, and I'm coming right back in, okay? So a young lady reached out, and she said, Will, I think your calls would be a lot better. Yeah, I remember MySpace too, man. And I think your calls would be a lot better if you got a better microphone. If you want to, I can send you some, microphone recommendations because I couldn't really hear everything clearly. I said, ma'am, and this is years ago, so I was not as patient as I am now. I said, I tell you what, when you start doing a call, for your team, which she had no team, let me know and I will be on your call. And I want to see how you do it. I want to see your kind, what you do. Man, that was the shortest conversation ever. Never heard from her again. Okay. Same thing. Do not let people how to tell you what you do when all you're doing is doing the best you can to give value. It's never going to be perfect. Anybody who thinks that it's going to be perfect, it's not, because you're a human being and nobody other than God and Christ is perfect. Nobody. Okay. So it's gonna be what it is, and you gotta be ready to still produce and still that lady is probably still waiting for the perfect time to start doing calls, if I had to guess, if she's even still in the industry. Last story I'll tell you, and this should resonate with a lot of leaders, because if it hadn't happened to you yet, it will, okay? And this, yeah, Marcus says Zooms ain't never perfect. Ain't nothing ever, it ain't. Don't expect perfection. This is not what you come here for. You come here for opportunity and information. I get it. So this last story, I sponsored a lady that I went to college with, and she had a really, really great network. Okay, thank you, Francine. Francine, she don't even need perfect. Thank you for that, Francine. And I sponsored a young lady I went to college. She graduated a year or two before me, but she was really a great professional in New Orleans at the time where I was living. And got her sponsored, and she introduced me to her network. And one of the people in her network was a retired Tampa Bay Buccaneers cheerleader. Okay, retired cheerleader of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And these two ladies together built an incredible organization. At that time, with that particular company, this was before my Green Organics days, I became the #1 earner with that company. And there's a lot that comes along with that. Okay. And was making more money than I ever made in my entire life. I'd never seen nothing like it. But I'm really working with my teams and building leaders. And these ladies were leaders they were leaders. Now here's what happened. Okay. She said they had such a great network. The retired Tampa Bay Buccaneers cheerleader had set up an opportunity for us to present that company at that time on a nationally syndicated radio show. And this was a huge vetting process, man. It was months and months to set up, but it all came down to the big day. And this radio show was a big deal. I had a chance to learn. It was syndicated out of California. Everything was going to be done over the phone. It was we were ready. We were about to blow the company up. Okay, I had my pitch down notes. She got other celebrities coming on. I'm gonna be doing the man. We ready. Radio producer is hyped. The producer. It was an award-winning radio producer. We're still Facebook friends, me and the radio producer. And here's what happened. So this is me back then. I was like, all right. The call's at 4:00 Central. Some of y'all know where this is going. If y'all know me, you know where this is going. The call is at 4:00 Central, 2:00 California time. Radio interview about to be lit. We've been promoting all week long on social media, radio ads, TV. We go all in, all hands on deck, right? This is what you live for as a network marketing leader, a chance to touch, hundreds of thousands of people at one time. Okay, captive audience. People are tuning in for this. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I said, you know what? I got time. I got my pitch down. I'm good. I'm going to take a nap. Y'all know where this is going. When I set the alarm on my phone, and people who know me, I'll just pop up and do a training, and like it would be amazing. No notes, just off the dome. I put the alarm for AM instead of PM. And y'all know I love my sleep. When I heard, okay, so people know the running back for the Denver Broncos, probably going to be in the Hall of Fame, Terrell Davis. Not Terrell Owens, Terrell Davis had won a couple of Super Bowls with John Elway. I met Terrell Davis and several professional athletes before. When Terrell Davis told me the secret to his longevity and him being successful in his career, Terrell Davis said he sleeps from anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day. I said, Terrell, say less. Say less. I'm the best sleeper I know. So that's one of my secrets to success. I will sleep until I feel like waking up. That's another reason why I do network marketing and I'll never get a job ever again, because I sleep till my body tell me it's time to get up. And ladies and gentlemen, I did it that day. When I got up and I looked at that phone and I saw the literal dozens and dozens and dozens of calls, hundreds of texts. The whole company, the owner of the network marketing company calling. Man, wasn't nobody on Breakthrough but my mama. And she ain't called. But she ain't know. She's living her life, my mom. So nobody on Breakthrough back then. I think you got MJ on Breakthrough now, my mama, and maybe Marcus, and that might be it. Paula, maybe. I gotta check. Okay, but that's it. That's Breakthrough, my brother. Okay. Now the craziest part is I was so mad at myself. Oh, and needless to say, the team was done after that. I hate to tell it to you, wrap. I lost a whole leg of business, and it's my fault. It was my fault. Just me making that mistake was so bad, and I couldn't even get mad at him. Gone. Never. I have not spoken to either one of those players since. I apologize profusely. I couldn't. Nothing I could do about it. Man, I let them down. They was at the roulette wheel and they put $100 on black, and I did not deliver. Okay, facts, facts. My mistake. Now, did it ever happen again? Never. I learned a valuable lesson. But here's the lesson I want you to take away as leaders. You're gonna make mistakes, man. And I doubt any mistake y'all ever make will be as bad as that one that I made. But I'm here to tell you, you can recover. You will. Don't quit. Shake it off. Keep it moving. And this, that, or a third. That's the best thing I can tell you. And it taught me so much about leadership is that the only reason why we can even coach you through a lot of the difficulties and things that you're going to go through is because we've already been through. We made all the mistakes. We made all the mistakes. Life goes on. Life goes on. You can still make it. You can still be great. You can rebuild the team at any given time, no matter if people that you don't even know quit or people you really trust, believe in you quit for the right reason or quit for the wrong reason. You're going to be okay. And you can still make millions and millions of dollars and just start over anytime. This is the most forgiving business in the history of ever. And as long as you're authentic, as long as you're consistent, and as long as you have longevity, you do what you say you're going to do, the right people will join and the right people will stay and the wrong people won't. And that's one of the biggest lessons I could ever give you is it's okay. Be yourself. Like Coach Hines said, be yourself. Wear what you want to wear. Be who you are. Speak how you normally speak. But on top of that, okay, don't be crazy, obviously. But on top of that, it's okay to make mistakes, fail forward, and you're going to be okay. Period. Best advice I got. Okay. So let me hop off camera right quick. And we are going to dive into just the information and try to get through this on the call. This is going to be leadership stuff. Remember that what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. And stick around to the end because I want to share with you something. I was had a conversation with some medical doctors, some MDs, I think a day or two ago, and I want to share with you some stuff that they told me about that they feel about our company. And yes, they joined, which is really great. They're promoting our products now. So that being said, as a leader, if you had to take all of the wisdom in network marketing, all of the wisdom, all of the books, all of the videos about how to do it and how to become successful, and put all of that into a one sentence. I've mentioned this sentence before. I'll mention it again. The sentence is, if you want to be successful in network marketing, all you have to do, and this is an oversimplification, but it's a fact, all you have to do is build leaders and make them successful. But it goes without saying that you have to be a leader. So you have to build yourself before you can build anybody else. And I just want to be very, very clear about that. Okay. Now, a leader is a person who is going to get, they're more than just a good recruiter and a good retailer. Okay. Can I say that and have that make sense? A good leader is more than someone who joins. Of course, they're going to have their auto ship 100 BV first of the month. We know they're going to recruit people into the organization. They're going to retail products as well. Okay, just understand that. But what they're also going to do, okay, they are going to do more than that. They are more than just a good producer. They are going to get the most out of their new distributors. They're going to help their new distributors accomplish more than they would alone. Okay, something that, Coach Charlotte, many others are very good at. They help their reps. Chelsea's really good at that. Chelsea has some of the top earners in the company are in her organization because when she sponsors them, she makes sure to get the most out of them and help them become the best version of themselves. It's very, very impressive. And that's the thing that leaders do. They get the most out of their new distributors. They help their new distributors achieve levels that they would not achieve on their own, okay? They're going to make sure that you don't, a leader's they're going to definitely have their team ordering, for example, the proper auto ship, whatever that is for you. And they're going to be doing that on the first of the month because that's how you create a predictable, stable, duplicatable business. Eventually, their entire team culture will be built around auto ships on the first of the month. Why? Because that's when bills are normally due for most human beings. That's just the way finance in the world is set up. So why wouldn't you want to generate the largest chunk of your income early in the month when your main bills are due? That is just a logical thing, but leaders understand that and they build that into the culture of the team. Leader, here's my next two, it'll be my favorite. Leaders don't complain. Leaders do not, because they can vent and then they'll go handle the problem. Okay. But they don't complain upline, they don't complain downline, they don't complain to the company. They may vent to you if y'all have a close relationship, but they're not going to complain. They're just going to go handle the business. They're just going to go fix whatever the issue is or handle it. They're not going to be a chronic complainer. The next one, actually, my personal favorite, leaders have their own goals. You see, ladies and gentlemen, even if something bad happens to me, God called me home early and I'm no longer with the company because that's the only way I won't be at the company. So if God calls me home, leaders are not going to leave. They're going to be like, nah, man, that we're cool, but I have my own goals. I didn't join this company for Will. I have my own goals, and I know that I cannot achieve those goals by being inconsistent. I cannot achieve those goals by jumping from company to company to company. I can't achieve those goals by stopping and starting and stopping and starting. I just can't achieve. They have their own goals. Okay. Like if you got an event, when I went to Atlanta, I think Nakia might have been taking names. I know at the door, Sonic was setting up some AV. Miss Charlotte had the table laid out. Product display is good to go. Kenya was registering people, emceeing. All I had to do was come in and communicate the message, do the training. That's it. That's leaders. They are going to have everything squared away. I went to one of them. Miss Charlotte I got the banner right here. Miss Charlotte had a life-size Green Organics Will Zanders banner set up. I love it. I got it right here. I will never forget that. I didn't ask for that. She was just like, I'm taking initiative. I'm going to make this the best event ever been. People love coming back to Atlanta, things of that nature. That's what leaders do. Leaders have 100%. They love the opportunity to serve, quite frankly. But leaders have 100% commitment to the business and the company. They have 100% commitment. Now, distributors have a commitment level of anywhere from 0 to 99. That can be a distributor, even good distributors. Okay. They have a commitment to the business. I mean, to some degree, but it's not 100%. Okay. Distributors are going to say things like, well, I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna see how I go for, a couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe 90 days. I'm gonna see how I go. And if it ain't doing what I needed to do, I'm out. I'll go find something else to do. That's what distributors do, and that's okay. You gotta let distributors kind of get what they came to get out of the business. That's totally fine. You gotta allow that. Oh yeah, and I cannot forget Tiffany. Thank you for that. Derek Jamai on food, man. And you know what? Normally when I do an event, I don't even worry about food. People just gonna be hungry. Not when you go to an event in Atlanta. No, indeed. Derek had it laid out, and that is, back to back. The second I hit the door, Tiffany asked, anything I can help with? I'm like, you already know. You already know. But Derek had it laid out. I don't have diabetes, but it's not Derek's fault that I don't. Because boy, he tried to make sure I got that type 2 that day. And I was eating all that good food. So that being said, I want to just continue to clarify and help define, to really give you a crystal clear definition of what a leader is, so you can decide if you want to be a leader or not. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is only for 20%ers, and it's okay. Okay, just because most distributors, I'm gonna tell you, most distributors and most people, I've been there, done that, and I didn't stop until I learned that. Most people quit everything. Get them brownies off the chain, Betty Shannon. I was eating them brownies all the way back home. Kid you not. But distributors, just like most people, 80% of the population quits everything. They've been training their whole life, learning how to quit everything. Quit the New Year's resolution. If they're supposed to quit something like quitting smoking, they're gonna quitting smoking. They're gonna keep smoking. They ain't gonna quit that. Okay, they're gonna quit quitting. Okay, if it's something good, they're gonna quit going to the gym. They about to get their master's degree, but they quit that. Like, now I'm good. They quit diets. They quit marriages. They quit everything. And the reason I can speak on that is because I was a professional quitter too. Before network marketing, before learning from people who had the lifestyle I want, and they said, man, you can't be a quitter and win at this. I thought quitting was just part and parcel. If I don't like something, I'm quitting. If I don't like it, I'm quitting. I don't like it, I'm quitting. If I don't like it, I had to change who I was in my mindset so that I could actually finish something and win and achieve my goals. You can't win by just quitting. Okay. Now, most distributors, since you know, they're just come and go. You're like coming like sand on the beach. You cannot build a large, duplicatable 6 or 7, 8-figure business if you try to build it around the 80% of distributors that are just there maybe for a good time, but not a long time. Okay. Some of those you can't do that. You need to build your systems around the 20% that really want to do it. Now, here's the thing. Anybody in the 80%, any given time and any given day can decide to step into the upper echelon should they so choose at any given point. Okay. Most of them won't, but at any given point they can. All right. And then on the other side of that, you got distributors, you got leaders, and then you have, oh my gosh, I hate these. You have counterfeit leaders. Now, counterfeit leaders are going to be leaders who may or may not do really well in the business for a certain amount of time, but they're going to plateau. They're typically very charismatic. They talk well, they dress well, they smell good, but something's just off. And what's going to be off is the servant driven leadership aspect of it and the duplication factor. They don't duplicate well, but on top of that, they'll do stuff, they'll contribute, but only if it's something in it for them. They will help you prepare for a meeting, but if is there something in it for them? They'll do this or that or coordinate this or that, but is there something in it for them? And you do this business long enough, it becomes very, very obvious how you can separate the leaders from the counterfeit leaders. Okay. And again, how can I talk about this? Because that was me. I didn't realize that giving tons of value, but always looking for how does this benefit me, my organization, my check, I had to grow out of that as a leader. I had to become a servant-driven leader over time. And nobody ever told me that. I just learned it because people were too happy to have me in their groups to the point where they were afraid to mentor me. That's why my best mentors were never my sponsors. They were people that weren't even in the industry. They had retired. So there was no vested interest in them blowing smoke or anything like that. Okay. Now, the leaders, again, are going to be loyal to their goals. They're going to be loyal to the business. They're going to be loyal to the company. Okay. But they're going to be loyal to you as well. And you're going to be loyal to them. And like I told you on the last call, if you got 2 leaders in your organization, you do not have to work no more ever. Now, you can continue to, but you don't have to. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. That's how valuable a leader is. And in order to identify and build a leader, you got to build a leader. You can't steal them. They're not just going to come from another company typically, especially if you recruit them from another company. Because if you can recruit them from a company, they can be recruited from your company. I'm going to say that again. If you can recruit them from a company, okay, somebody else can recruit them from your company. All right. So what I typically like recommending that you work with is going to be people who pass the leadership test. Well, Will, what's a leadership test? We told you on the last call, but I'll give you a quick refresher before we wrap up. When someone joins, you're going to have people who are at different levels of they want to achieve their 20 reasons why. And if you ask them to make a list of their 20 reasons why, which anybody who's ever been on a call should hear us say that, you should make a list of the 20 reasons why you must be successful in this business. That is a test. If they won't do that, they probably won't do much of anything in a time frame enough to win. But if you were to really press them and ask them, what do you think about this business? There are going to be 3 different levels, okay, of their commitment. 3 different levels of their commitment. Level 1's going to be, I'll give it a try. Okay, and that's going to be most distributors. I'm going to give it a try. The distributors who say I'm going to give it a try, they're probably going to end up being good customers. They may build a little team, a little pocket of people at some point, but they're not going to build the business long term. They're just going to give it a try, but they're telling you that. So you should treat them accordingly. Don't pressure them to be great. They don't want to be great. They're just trying it out. which is fine. Like when you go to the ice cream store and you say, I want a sample of that, you're just trying it. I like it or not, we'll see. Okay. You're not necessarily going to buy it, but you'll see. The second level of commitment is one of my favorite levels of commitment. It's good. It is when you ask them, what do you think about this business? How you feeling about it? Feeling confident about it? And instead of saying I'll give it a try, they say I'm going to do my best. Now I hear this one a lot. Coach, I'm gonna do my best. Will, I'm gonna do my best. Okay, now that's actually good. That's a stronger level of commitment than I'll give it a try. But what's going to be the best level of commitment? The best level of commitment, the type of commitment that Coach Marcus Jones and I talk about regularly. We don't say we're gonna give it a try. We don't say, oh, we're gonna do our best. We don't say that. We don't say that. When it comes down to us getting stuff done, okay, people like myself and Coach Marcus, when we're talking, we say we will do whatever it takes. When I talk to Coach Seymour, it's a conversation about we will do whatever it takes. Period. Rick said it right there. Rick knows. I will do whatever it takes. That's what you have to see. Keep shooting shots. Eventually, you will hit the target. Period. Okay. Yeah. And I won't quit is it's up there because that's a big deal. And here's the funny part. I'm glad Tiff said that. Let me give you a quick point about quitting network marketing in general, because I use that term a lot, but I just want to clarify for you what it really means. Most people do network marketing every day and just don't get paid. So when someone quits doing network marketing, they're still going to make recommendations. They're still going to make recommendations for restaurants, video games, movies, the occasional health and wellness product, axe manufacturers, car dealerships, divorce attorneys, personal trainers. They're still going to be doing network marketing. They just quit getting paid. So listen, please write that down and incorporate that into your mindset. Okay. You can never really quit doing network marketing. You can only choose to stop getting paid. You're going to get better and better and better over the course of your life, polishing the skills of network marketing. And the older you get, the more successful you get, the more influential you become in your community, the more you grow up, the more life experience you acquire. You're going to become more and more influential, and people are going to take your recommendations more and more seriously. And guess what? It's crazy, but if you quit network marketing, you won't get paid. Okay, so just understand that. And to put this in perspective, and we'll cover the rest of this on Tuesday, I just want to share with you what the doctors told me. I just want to tell you this about network marketers in general and why it's so important to sponsor the one or two leaders. And make sure you tune in Tuesday night for the second half. We got some other information I want to cover. And this information is specifically geared to get you ready for Las Vegas. And that being said, we did sell out of the in-person tickets. We did stop selling any of the online tickets because this information is specifically designed so that when you come into Las Vegas, online or in person, you're already caught up to speed with what we're talking about, because we're taking leadership from here to here. But I got to get you here first. So that's what we're doing on these Sunday and Tuesday night calls leading up to Vegas. I got a request from one of our coaches, like, hey, Will, and I assume this must have been what it was. I need to get some folks in free for the online version. Absolutely not. That'll never happen because people have paid for that. So why would anyone? That's not fair to the literally dozens and dozens and dozens of people that have already paid. That's crazy. No, absolutely not. So what I will, but again, they didn't have much of a choice, I would assume, because we aren't selling any more tickets. So when they signed up a new rep, well, I have to assume it's for the new rep can't attend. So what we'll do is we're going to open up the online tickets again, okay, for a couple days. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to attend Vegas, please go online and get your ticket. I hate opening stuff up and then closing it, but I don't want our coaches and leaders to not be able to get their new members into the information, and we don't want to do anybody dirty. If you paid, you're going to get exactly what that is, and nobody look. MJ paid, so I mean, come on, man, nobody getting it that free. But the information is worth so much more than the $40 that it costs. Period. You go to the movies, you go on a movie date. That's more than $40 right there. That's $15 per ticket, 2 popcorns, 2 drinks, wrap. That's more than that. For a movie that might not even be good, and you can't even compare that to literally 6 to 7, 8 hours of training that can help you change your life and become a leader. So here's the dichotomy as we wrap the call. I said that 3 times already. Here's as we wrap the call. You got to know how to identify leaders, okay? And then you got to know what to teach them. And that's the thing that makes Vegas so special. We've been teaching you the last couple of weeks on how to identify a leader. We've been defining a leader as opposed to a distributor. We've been defining the 20 percenters versus the 80 percenters and the 4 percenters versus the 16 percenters and this, that, or a third. But in Vegas, we're going to be teaching you what you have to teach your leaders. And that's the real step that a lot of people don't know. All right, well, I got somebody they checked all the boxes. I think they could be the one. What do I teach them? I'm so glad you asked. I'll see you in Vegas for that. So as we close the call, this is one of the doctors mentioned the other day. And again, shout out to Elizabeth and Allison and Greta, Kenosha. Who else came up that day? Everybody came to Vermont with the doctor. It was amazing. I was on the phone with one of the doctors, Dr. Sabine, the other day. And here are the top 2 products that medical professionals, again, I love my holistic practitioners. There's a term for that. I love my holistic doctors. Love them. That's my people. My holistic health and wellness practitioners and this, that, or a third. I love my chiropractors and my dentists. They're technically doctors too. Hear me out. What I'm talking about is medical doctors that graduated from prestigious medical schools, emergency room physicians, this, that, or a third. So when I say doctor in this next term, I mean MDs, like House, MD, Dewey Howler, MD. This is the type of people that normally don't really rock with network marketing products because they're big on prescription drugs. There's a whole wave of MDs that's starting to understand it is not about prescription drugs. That is not the way to health. They're starting to really wake up. It's so great to talk to them. And here are the top 2 products that they recommend that they're prescribing for their patients right now by far: fulvic acid and black seed oil. Fulvic acid, black seed oil. That is the top 2. That is the top 2 products. She was adamant. The nurses, adamant. That's the prescriptions that's going out. And Dr. Sabine verified that. When Allison told me, I was like, okay, I believe it. Roger that. But talking to Dr. Sabine, it was different. It was different. That is the top 2 things that should be in everybody's medical cabinet. That's the number 1 prescriptions for detoxing, for overall health, for anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer. I'm not making any medical claims at all. I'm not claiming that the products treat, cure, prevent any disease. I am quoting medical professionals, period. Amazing. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you as well. And we'll cover some more product training and some more stuff from there. And yes, the black seed oil people typically get from the GoDasana side. And then if you're already with GoDasana, you can get a free HBN account. Just contact the person who got you started with GoDasana. You can get your free HBN account. You even get a free gift card. If you're already with GoDasana, you decide to enroll with HBN, get with your sponsor, or if you don't know who they are, I can help you find them because Mark can help you find them. And then you can get the fulvic acid from the HBN side. So, but those two, gotta have them. I was already sold. I use both daily. I take black seed oil twice a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, and I drink fulvic acid in my drink once a day as well. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we were almost on time. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, Shauna, actually, you're right. I was going to talk about a line as well because me and the doctors talked a lot about that, but we don't have time. I'm going to save it for the next call, but you beat me to it, okay? So that being said, thank y'all so much for your time. I want to thank Coach Sonic Jones for putting this thing together. I cannot wait to see everybody in Vegas. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of surprises, a lot of information. Bring a couple of ink pens, at least 2 notebooks. You'll be writing and listening for most of the day. It is a lot of effort in there. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, if you are already a Diamond Ambassador and you already received your diamond ring that we give to our Diamond Ambassadors, bring that to Vegas for group pictures. We're doing special pictures, okay? If you have achieved diamond but have not received your diamond ring yet, please be in Vegas so we can present you with your diamond ring during the ring ceremony. It is a pretty big deal. And also as well, do we have anybody on the call tonight? In the call's over. Y'all can hang up if you need to. If anybody on the call who's won our recruiting contest, y'all know we typically do a recruiting contest at the events. Has anybody other than myself, who else has won that? If you've won that, put winner in the chat. Let me just see right quick. Anybody in the chat who happens to be on the call who's won that contest before? Let me see. Yeah, Marcellus Mack, Shauna. Who else? I don't know who. Oh, yeah, Derek's won. And okay, do y'all have y'all championship rings? The gold rings with the diamonds on them, the blinged out joints. Do y'all have those when they say champion on there? please bring those as well. So bring those to Vegas. If you bring those to Vegas, man. So yeah, so we're gonna be crowning some new champions in Vegas as well at the recruiting contest. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm mixing it up this year. But yeah, but if you got any, even if you got your medals, if you bronze, silver, or gold, and you got your medals, bring them. If you got the chain, bring the chain. If you got, but even the people that got the chain, bring that. But we also replace the chain with the rings because the rings, the gold and the diamonds, when we can bring them there, the chains are custom and we couldn't get them made until after we saw who won. So people wasn't getting their chains for like 4 or 5 months. But if you got a chain, bring it. I got one. If you got chains, bring them. Any medals that you got, your gold and silver or bronze, bring that as well because we want everybody blinged out for these group pictures. And if you haven't achieved any of that, or you achieved it, but you've never been to an event and never received your, excuse me, if you never received your medals, come to the event in Vegas. We do a big recognition ceremony at the end. That's the most fun. And you'll be, recognized and awarded, and pictures and cameras and all that good stuff. Okay. So love y'all. Good night. God bless. I will see y'all on the next one. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.